with 287 horses under the bonnet. 350 Nissan Fairlady Z has a top speed of 250k per hour. That's a hell of a lot of grunt for what is pretty much a cheap vehicle these days. Realistically, this wagon here is worth about 10k New Zealand. And I just bloody love it. This is my midlife crisis, my second midlife crisis vehicle. 24 valves. This vehicle, which quite frankly just sounds bloody horny, listen to this. This vehicle can get to 60 miles per hour, and who knows what 60 miles per hour is in kilometres. It can get to that in 6.1 seconds on a good day. It sticks to the road like shit sticks to Velcro when you corner. It is not a car you use for commuting, it's a car you use for driving. Consequently, I seldom clean mine. What I do is I drive around in heaps. But being automatic means it just goes without you doing stuff all except putting your foot down. Whilst I've lost another 30 demerit points and had more speeding fines than I care to talk about, each fine and each demerit point has been worth it, because I consider this to be safe as houses on the road. Yes, driving fast, it's a bigger mess if you stuff up, but this car is just so reliable. Listen to me justify my petrol head brain. If you believe that, well, you might be like me and think that you can't possibly ever go wrong, but of course that's bollocks, because us human beings always stuff up sooner or later. So thankfully so far I haven't stuffed up, I've been lucky. This car is really good for my mental health, and I'll tell you why. Some people have motorcycles for their mental health, and I understand that concept. You get out on the road and you just feel free. You get away from everything, get away from the grind of life and paying bills and being a responsible adult, and you get a chance in this to pretend you're a boy racer. Even when you're a 60-year-old man, you actually get a chance to feel like you're young again. You get out there and you feel the grunt. When this thing takes off, it's just thrusting so much power. The power of that little V6 engine, it just amazes me. I don't want to step into an electric car because I don't want to hear the sound of nothing, just a zzz. I want to feel the rumble of an engine, and this has got a rumble, but it also delivers a lot of torque. As I may have mentioned, I don't clean it because I've got it to drive. Isn't it beautiful? Doesn't it have a lovely arse? I mean, look at the back end of that thing. Doesn't that look nice? Is it just me, or is that one sexy arse for a car? Twin pipes. You know, there's something about this whole design of this car. For the money you pay for it, I just think it's really good value. Most people could afford this when they get to my age. If they've worked their whole life, it could be something you could actually achieve without being too impossible. It's not like you're buying an Aston Martin, or you're buying a brand new Mercedes, or you're buying a Porsche or a Lamborghini. You're buying a whole lot of motoring for a reasonably good price. Obviously it's an old vehicle, but when you're going around corners and it's sticking to the road like a train on tracks, you don't really think about things like cost and what the seats are made out of. You're just holding on, you've got knuckles that are white, and you're just enjoying the actual pleasure of it. So for my thinking, these are just a lot of value for a lot of fun. The biggest cost would be parts, because some of them are hard to get, like the boot opener, electric boot opener, reasonably expensive to replace if that goes. What else? Well, I suppose the main thing is running it, the fuel. Kind of got a wee smile on the front, doesn't it? Like a little grill with a smile. Got that little face on it with two eyes. Obviously, because it's white, it doesn't go fast as a red one would go. But white's an easy colour to keep clean, and as I don't clean it, I only drive it, who cares? About the most love it gets is that, getting rid of the cobwebs occasionally, and that's about it. Bugger all. At this stage I can hear those voices. If it was mine, I'd clean it all the time. Yeah, well, you're not me. I'm a lazy bastard that likes to think about where he wants to put his time and doing shit, and that's going hunting, going fishing, cleaning my other truck, Black Betty, which is new, and one day I'll probably get sick of cleaning that. But right now what I do enjoy is driving this. So the cleaning, occasionally it does get a wash when the other cars are getting a clean, and that's my hunting ute and my truck. But this here, that's about maybe once in a blue moon when the water blast is out, it gets a bit of attention. Other than that, it doesn't get much at all. So I acquired this beautiful machine over 5-6 years ago when I got cancer. I was very, very sick, wasn't supposed to make it, and some good bastard helped me out with this. I'll tell you what, it was almost worth dying for and getting cancer for to have. No regrets at all. No regrets. Would never have had the chance. See, every black cloud in our life has a silver lining, and this silver lining was this here. There's been times I was going to give her up, but nah. So she's got a really nice ergonomically designed steering wheel with an airbag right in it, so that's a good safety feature. These are in a good place, and they look good. Speed there in digital. Our oil pressure, which is really important, and our volts, which is also important. So let's face it, when you go in flat knacker and you're gripping the steering wheel, you haven't got time to look at your dials in the front, but you can just pivot your eyes a little bit to the side and see those. So I like that feature on it. Comes with a real crappy little factory sound system, but that's okay because I keep an array of harmonicas below that, which means I don't really have to listen to music because I create my own. Whoa, Black Betty on Bamalam, whoa, Black Betty. Black Betty had a child, Bamalam, damn thing gone blind. That's one way you can make it, or you could actually put in an Alpine system and have real music, but personally I like to make my own. So this vehicle really is for either the single man, because it's certainly in a family vehicle, you've only got 2 people can fit in here, and you've got enough room in the back to put a box of beers. You can't even fit a fishing rod in there, it's too short unless you've got a telescopic one. You might get, some of your supermarket stuff in, but it's a squash. Your passenger gets a nice comfortable seat to ride beside you, and my passenger day is my hunting bag I carry my ammunition in, which of course has got no ammo right now because I wouldn't keep it like that driving around, but that's an ammunition bag. It's nice for a Sunday drive, but it's also nice if you want to get the hell away from everything and everybody and just fang it and go. It doesn't muck around. There are definitely other vehicles that are of course good value for money that you could buy if you wanted to fit in the same category as this, and for my thinking another one would be SS Commodore, say a VT, or even if you could afford a Club Sport, great vehicle for what you get. V8 engine, a lot of grunt, going to cost you a lot of fuel, and they don't make those anymore, but I think they're a good value vehicle. I think a Mazda RX-7, probably a lot more money to invest there, but still a good value car. The Impreza, nothing wrong with that if you want to be a boy racer. Your Nissan Skyline, but for me it's one of these babies here. And they do of course have the new one that's come out, Nismo. I'm not sure actually, I think it's Nismo. I don't even look at those because that's not within my wallet range, but these here definitely good value for what you get. That's my 2 cents worth on the Nissan Fairlady. Yes, the driveway is not for any flash car worth a lot of money. It's for 4-wheel drive vehicles, and a vehicle like this, it's not too expensive but goes like a cut cat. This driveway here is rough as guts up here. It needs like a grading through it, which is bumpy, but we can get up here with it a bit of bouncing around, and it's got the grunt. There she goes, kicking in now. Okay, and back home again. Beautiful. Anyway, brothers and the occasional sister, as per always, these are only my views and not necessarily correct. Probably a lot of them aren't correct, but it's what I've found for me as far as a good vehicle goes. If you're going through a midlife crisis, or if you've been diagnosed with cancer or something that's really horrible and you just want something to take your mind away from that for a while, then there's nothing wrong with a little bit of distraction in life, and nothing I could think better than to get up the road in my Nissan 350Z and give it arseholes. Or go off-road in something that can handle a jandal. But this is not for off-road, this is on-road, baby. Go sturdy, brothers and the occasional sister, and we'll see you next Bro Chick Club video. See you later.